Good morning, everyone. We're at the Campbells fishing hut. Gary Campbell.
And can you trust that you won't blow away in the wind?
And Georgia Campbell's fishing hut. There's Michelle over there, having a bowl of cornflakes and trying to get our energy levels back up for walking today. I've had a sore back last night, very sore back. I don't know what I've done, maybe a little twist. So I've taken ibuprofen, so there's a wasp flying around my hand. Get off, go on, off you go. And the camera hand. Anyway, so started to ease off. Got to be careful though. There's a fishing pond behind us, and Gary kindly left a fishing rod, but I don't think we'll be fishing. Much as it appeals, I don't really fancy handling smelly fish when we've got to walk all day and nowhere to wash. This is where we stayed last night, this little fishing lodge on the Campbell farm up near Dingwall. They kindly came and collected us off the road to bring us to where this was. And now I would say, I'm not sure if I trust Gary's planks at the moment. I don't know how long, so I'm walking on the side where the beams are. But look at this. And up there on the side is the ruins of an old house. And these are all the farming fields. Now around here they're growing mainly barley, so barley corns for malting for the whiskey industry. So a lot of the crops that Gary's growing are barley crops, which we've seen a lot of on this coast as we've walked up. We're lucky tonight. This is one of the first nights we've stopped. It's probably actually the first night we've really stopped with full permission. It's not easy to find places, but we were lucky to be offered this place by Georgia, who was passing us on a cob horse called Pink. So yeah, if I had time I'd go fishing. And from what I understand, it's quite a well-stocked pond, but you know, I don't really, I think you would catch fish here quite easily, but if I caught fish, I've got to handle them, get all stinky with handling fish, and really it's not going to be easy to get rid of that when you haven't got a place to properly wash. So even though I'm very tempted to, I'm not going to cast out a rod. Goodbye, little house. So this is the path we came in on. And there should be some pigs up here somewhere. Hello. You're a wild boar or some sort of wild boar breed, but you've got a couple of sisters, I think, or brothers, who look like Gloucester. Oh, spot and saddleback maybe mixture, mixed hinds. And look at the view we have from up here. We don't have it. The Campbell family have this view. Across fields of gold, fields of barley. That's a beautiful view. And now begins the walk down to Dingwall. So this walk, at least it's downhill through the fields. Got quite a long way to go down to Dingwall. I know this road was steep. Gary's ute struggled to get up it, so his truck was really in first gear all the way up, but my, it is a steep road. And it's hard going on your feet this early in the morning. This is hard work. So steep. No wonder it's so cold last night. We're up in the Alps, it seems. Getting back down to where we're supposed to be. We've been perpetually on hills that cars are driving up in first gear to get up for about an hour now. Well, it's probably about 45 minutes, but we're still not there. It's about 5 kilometers from the top of the hill down to Dingwall. So to give you an idea, 5 kilometers, that's 5,000 meters of walking, and a lot of it is either on grass on hills or on tarmac on hills. And it's hard, really hard on your feet first thing in the morning. And I'm jelly, my legs are turning to jelly. So we've just rocked up to Tesco's in Dingwall. And the staff here at the cafe are already sort of like giving us indications that we shouldn't be here, but I won't take it. Wow, Tesco's, man. Still a miserable bunch down here, everybody. What's wrong with people? Lovely couple we just met, but Tesco's. So we leave Dingwall a little refreshed. Had a bacon sausage buns at Tesco's. They turned out friendly in the end. It started off a little bit rude, I'd say, but it turned out all right in the end. And now we're heading to the Great Glen Way along this road. And I'm hoping as we go along we find some nice pathways. We've got 2 days of walking on this direction before we get to the Great Glen Way. We go through these pretty little towns on the walk. We're heading to, I think it's Dromnadrochit, something like that. Anyway, we're going to Bewley first, and we've got probably 2 days walking on this road, if we're lucky. And Michelle and I got probably another couple of hours of walking, and in that time we'll be looking for a stop. The High Street, it says. It's a sad town, some of these towns. They've seen better days. Lots of empty buildings. Very limited life. There's a couple of girls down there, probably walking home. A town that's lost its heart. Very sad. But then a few moments later, as I'm recording this, some pretty little houses, obviously occupied. Firth view, lovely red stone buildings, particularly this building here. Now, look at that lovely dormers on the front of there. 1900, apparently. Victoria Villa. Not sure of the name of this town, to be honest.
I think it's Cannonbridge.
Could be Cannonbridge, because Cannonbridge Pharmacy. But I take back what I said. It's livening up. Maybe just the first few buildings look derelict.
Take your bag off, dear.
Yeah, so we've come into a spot. This is really pushing it. You know, this is near the main road. But we see here this piece of heather where it's a little bit, maybe from about Michelle's feet to my feet. If we clear this...
It's moss, isn't it?
It's moss.
Clear the fir cones, clear the sticks.
It'll be all spiders and beetles a bit, but there's not really any trees that can fall on us. Well, there's trees, but there's no branches. So I think it'll be all right. This is going to be our stop for the night. How do we choose them? Just like that, really. It's as random as that. All right, get to clearing sticks. I'll help her in a minute. Just let her do most of it. Still got my bag on my back. You might wonder about the boy racer that just went by. No, you wouldn't be wondering about that. You might wonder about the silver foil that's on the back there. And we found that this foil keeps some of the cold out from the ground. It's amazing actually how it reflects the cold back down into the ground. Now we've misjudged it a little bit, as we often do. It's curling up the tent at either side. There's some mounds there which we'll try and flatten down a little bit, but it's better that we're maybe sort of rolling into the middle than we are sort of rolling down the sides. So I think we'll go with this. I start by pinning one corner out loosely, and I'll come over here and I'll also get these two. I'll stretch the width of the tent out. And I'll come over this corner. And I'll pull the length of the tent out now at a slight angle. Just pin that out. You can see there's a horrible mound there, but I think we'll be all right with that.
It's quite soft.
It's very soft. It's a soft, what do you call it, Michelle?
Moss.
It's a moss. Does mean there's going to be a lot of bugs in here, but nothing that troubles us. And then the last one, I'll just stretch out really as tight as I can across here. It's lovely soft ground. You can push these pegs in very easily. And then I'll just go around and test the corners, maybe just tighten these first two up a little bit. Actually, they really don't need it. And then, got the camera in my mouth, and then Michelle and I cross over like this. Put that one in there. Whoop. Pop that in there. And clip. And clip. And clip. Round to the side. Two clips up. And then this ball in here, over to Michelle. And then lastly, we take the green one out, the camouflage, over the tent like this. Make sure the writing's the right way around. And these go here. Ready to cinch, Michelle?
Yeah.
We cinch. And that is pretty much it. Apart from I've got to just pull out the vestibules, these little side bits, and I can pin those pretty much anywhere just to shape out the tent somewhere to store our packs. On
Front
top,
door, back door today.
yeah, today this is the front door, that's the back door, and we will put down our ponchos, the red ponchos, on the bracken and the heather that's here, and lay our bags on top of them. We'll be very comfy. Well, I say very comfy. There's been many a times we've been not so comfy.
But it works.
We'll take that risk. So that's the first vestibule sorted. Michelle's gonna start making the bed. And just zip that up, keep the bugs out. And we zip this side up. also. Keep it all dry. It won't matter even if it rains heavily tonight. It won't get wet at all. This tent has proven to be very good. The MSR Elixir. So you can see we're quite discreet in colour from the road. It's mucky back. I mean, just a little way back. There's obviously been a lot of people chucking bottles of beer and alcohol around. So all I've got to do now is sort out this side vestibule. Got a bit of ground sheet in there, and then empty what we need out of my bag, and we're sorted. By the time I finish that, Michelle will have the bed half made up, so we can just have half an hour, lay down, relax, chat about the day, and maybe in about an hour or so we'll set up the bed and we'll go to sleep and get up in the morning. Now, the only thing with being in the woods like this is I'm hoping it's not going to be a super cold night, because we won't get the advantage of having the sun on us in the morning to warm the tent up. So we have to hope the mornings are a little warmer off the bat, so that we're not freezing, because we have been cold on many a night. And the midges are out here. Just a few. They haven't troubled us much in Scotland yet. We've been quite lucky, maybe. Who knows? To be honest. Oh, there's a train. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carriages. 4 carriages, sorry. That's the biggest train I've seen up here. Anyway, stop yakking and get sorting. To be honest, I'm quite proud of the way we've been, because we've been able to make a sleeping area out of nothing. And we could walk for another hour and we might see some beautiful spots, some flat farmers' fields that look secluded enough that we could camp in them. Or we might walk for another 2 hours into the dark and have no luck whatsoever. So there it is, the tent is all set up. And looks to be leaning a little bit over, but the only problem with these sort of sites is in the morning there's not a lot of space to sort of sit and make breakfast, so we tend to have to do it outside the door in the vestibules, but it's okay. The main thing is that it's not too late and we're stopped, so we potentially could have a decent night's sleep, although that tent looks to be leaning a lot more than I envisaged.
All finished. You can come in now.
She's done her bit, done my bit.
Done my bit.
Done your bit, done my bit.
Tidied house.
And luckily we stopped about 40 minutes ago and had a lovely lay on a village green area and had a drink and food to eat, so we probably don't have to do much tonight other than just sort of sit and chat, which you're not invited to. Bye-bye.
Good night.
Okay, this is the first town I've been in where everyone's so bloody miserable. They won't give you a little bit of water. Oh, grumbly, what is this place? The Christian Care for Body and Soul Centre. What a miserable bunch of